am justice. I'm the one who will become the god of a new world that everyone desires. All those who would oppose that god, they are the ones who are truly evil. I guess you're just too stupid, L.
Hello and welcome back to another episode of Let's React. I'm Kenny and this is Montana.
And today we're going to be reacting to episode 2 of Death Note, Confrontation. So we're just getting right into it.
Yeah, last episode we saw Light go from just
an average honor high school student.
Finding a death note. He then quickly saw a slippery slope and grabbed a sled. Killed everyone he deemed unworthy and is going to continue to do so until he makes the perfect world. What are your thoughts entering episode 2?
I mean, if that's where we got episode 1, I'm kind of worried about where we're going to end up at the end of episode 2, but I am really excited. I kept thinking, I mean, it's weird to tell you stuff because I've been telling you this, but I've been saying that I'm really excited about this.
Yeah, she kept,
and we've been talking a lot about it.
At least every hour or so last night, she was like, I really like Death Note.
I'm excited to watch Death Note.
Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe down below if you're excited for Death Note to be our new series moving forward every Sunday and Thursday at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you want to see episodes early, these episodes are all posted to Patreon and they're extended uncut forms right now, along with the entirety of Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood and Attack on Titan. We are very excited about this series, but it's also a short one, so make sure to comment down below which anime you want us to watch after Death Note. All right, I think that's about it. Are we excited for episode 2 of Death Note?
Absolutely.
All right, let's get it.
Let's go.
Dunderheads, this video was brought to you by the incredible members of the Let's React Patreon. If you want access to a ton of exclusive perks, check out the link in the description below. Have a good day, Twinkle Toes!
The human whose name is written in this notebook shall die.
Oh. So it turns out right here he was writing every version of that person's name to make sure that they got it right, because in Japanese there's little variations.
It's for real.
Any human who's used a death note can neither go to heaven nor hell for eternity.
I want the world to know
it looks like a purebred bulldog.
That there's someone out there passing righteous judgment on the wicked.
The animation is so cool.
And it's really cool.
I will become the god of this new world.
I really thought for some reason that was really funny to me. He was like, I will become the god of this new world as it zoomed into his eyes. The dub acting has been amazing. He
found himself overwhelmed with happiness and satisfaction,
I have no idea
knowing that at long last, his dream had finally come true.
So what happened with your
Just
dad?
like Light.
All right then, Yagami, please recite this line for us.
Sure. Having finally made his dream a reality, he was overwhelmed, both by the magnitude of his achievement and by the joy and happiness that it brought him.
That was very well done, but I'm not surprised, of course. Absolutely flawless. Very good.
So he's just a genius.
Well then, we'll leave it at that for today.
Just hanging out. Is he just with him at all times?
I thought it would never end. How do you do this every day? It's so boring here. Hey, where are you going? Hey, Light, are you listening to me?
Don't talk to me. Unlike you, people can still hear me when I talk out loud.
Well, aren't you boring?
Hey, what's up, Light? We were just gonna head down.
Sorry, I'm a little busy today.
You don't have anything to do.
What are you talking about? Of course I have something to do. Yes.
Kill a ton of people.
Something very important.
Yep.
There was more violence across the city today. Another stabbing, this
Oh my
time at a
God.
restaurant in the heart of the Kabukicho district of Shinjuku, following a heated exchange between two boys.
Hey, Light. Why are you working so hard?
I can't afford to waste any time. I have a very small window to write names in this notebook. I only have from when I get home from school until I go to bed. I still need to sleep so I can maintain my average and stay at the top of my class.
Oh, wow.
Obviously, I can't be sleeping in class. Plus, there's all the studying at home and at cram school. I can't let myself get too tired. It'll start to affect my health and my mental performance.
Okay, he's insane. Like, this guy is literally crazy.
I think sometimes when people try to have an excessive amount of control over their life, their schedule, it can end up manifesting in the opposite way. You're using all this mental energy to be focused on focusing instead of doing what needs to happen.
Yeah.
And it's also not maintainable.
He'll drive himself crazy.
There's no way he can keep up like this.
Yeah.
I can't let myself get too tired. It'll start to affect my health and my mental
Big fan of the
performance.
apples.
If I'm serious about
I love
trying to
apples.
create an ideal world that's free from evil, then I need to make the most of my time.
Hey, Light, what's going on? Why is your door locked?
It's Sayu. What is it?
Saw
Help me
you.
with my homework?
Yeah, okay.
We're doing quadratic equations in math.
Fuck that.
Negative b plus or
The
minus
square root of b squared minus 4ac divided by 2a.
all
over.
over 2a.
Right.
Come on.
It has to be completely divided by, not just the secondary part.
I'd be careful if I were you. If anyone else touches that notebook you've got hidden in the drawer right now, they'll be able to see me too.
Oh.
He waits till
They lay
now
a
to
hand
mention
on
that
it.
important detail?
Wow.
Shinigami.
He wants interesting things to
Are you
happen.
alright?
It's nothing.
Yeah.
So
That's why I
what
withheld
exactly
that.
don't you understand? What are you stuck on?
Well, I think all of it.
There have been 52
Oh, yeah, to
deaths
stand
that
in
we're
front of
aware
it.
of, and that's just in the past week.
Every single one of them involved a heart attack.
They were all criminals who were either being held in prison or who were wanted by police for outstanding crimes. And I think it's safe to say there are other criminals whose deaths are unaccounted for.
In which case, the death toll could be well over 100.
I wonder if they'll be upset, you know?
Chief, they started the meeting without you.
Because it's all criminals,
they're
you know?
gonna hand.
Take an urgent
Yeah,
call
but
from headquarters.
At any rate,
still, like, you
these
can't
were
justify
criminals
stuff
who were
like that.
probably facing execution sooner or later. Perhaps we shouldn't.
Why should it matter whether it's a criminal or someone innocent? Last time I checked, murder was still murder.
You think it's possible to simultaneously kill all these people in different locations?
I mean, it's hard to trace.
Yeah.
Murder plot that's been carried out by a large organization.
Investigating a series of heart attacks is pointless. I don't see what else we can learn.
Absolutely.
How are they going to figure this out?
If that's the case, it looks as if we'll have no choice but to bring in L.
L?
I thought they said bring in hell.
No, he said bring in L.
Chief, what's this L they're talking about?
We don't know L's real name or whereabouts. In fact, we still don't even know what he looks like. However, he's managed to solve every case he's ever taken on. And he's tackled some of the greatest mysteries this world has ever known.
Okay.
He hides in the shadows, but he's the best of the best.
But I've heard this.
So he's just an unbelievable detective.
Only takes dubs.
That he's personally interested
Yes.
in. That's exactly right. Besides, we don't even know how to contact him.
Hell is already on the move.
How?
How do they know?
Nobody knows what he
I love
looks
when
like or his
heels click
name?
like
Is this
that.
him?
Oh?
Gentlemen, L has already begun his investigation into these incidents.
What?
Whoa, that was a cool shot.
That
Yeah.
man's the only known person who can contact L. Nobody knows his
Oh,
true
that's not
identity
him.
either.
Oh, he's just
Please
the
be
informant.
The
silent.
representative?
L would now like to address the delegates.
Greetings to all of you at the ICPO. I am L.
What are we doing here anyway? I
Whoa.
understand why.
Okay, so L.
All right.
The clout this guy has of literally just solving everything
Yeah.
and being the trump card of like this United Nations panel.
Well, and the fact that he's so successful, but also deciding to be freelance crime solving, I feel like that requires a really specific kind of personality.
The other aspect is they don't know his real name.
No, very true.
So he can't have his name written in the death note because it's not known.
Oh.
So if he goes after Light, Light will not know his name. And maybe that's what he's gonna try to do is try to figure out L's name so that he can get him off his back.
Okay.
It'll become this chess match of him trying to figure it out, but also not wanting to alert him that he is looking for it. Whoa.
Cool.
How is he ever gonna find Light? I don't understand how somebody writing in their journal is gonna be discoverable whatsoever.
I can't afford to carry something this dangerous with me anymore. Up until now, I thought that if my family ever saw the notebook, I could tell them I was keeping records of various criminals in preparation for becoming a detective one day. I don't want to think about it, but if I make one mistake, I might end up killing my own family.
Yeah. What?
Are we burning the book?
What?
You need to make the decision to fully support the investigation at this meeting. Also, I require additional cooperation from Japan's National Police Agency.
Okay.
What? Why Japan in particular?
Whether the guilty party is an individual or a group, there's a strong possibility that they're Japanese.
What?
And even if they're not, we can be sure they're hiding in Japan.
Does he know something about the writing?
Yeah.
Why Japan, you ask? I think I'll be able to provide you with proof of that after I directly confront the culprit.
What?
A direct confrontation?
How?
At any rate, I would like to set up the investigation headquarters in Japan.
How does he know? How do they know?
That was easier to make than I thought it'd be.
Does that mean you were able to hide the notebook?
Yeah. I hid it right here in this drawer.
You left the key in the lock.
And that's the whole point. I intentionally left the key in the most noticeable place I could think of.
What? Why? What was he burnt?
Isn't that just a regular diary?
That's what it is. I'm guessing that once most people find the diary inside my desk, that'll probably satisfy their curiosity. But the real key is this. Just an everyday item
like a
you'd
secret
expect to find lying
compartment?
around on my desk.
Yeah.
A regular ballpoint pen. And all I need is this part. If you look closely, you'll find that there's a small hole underneath the drawer.
What?
Then you just insert this.
False bottom.
The diary will distract most people, so I doubt anyone will find it.
But that's not all.
What was burnt?
Even if someone figures out
Was he,
there's
like,
a fake
welding
base,
something
I've
together?
set things up so that there's no way they could get their hands on the notebook. When the fake base of the drawer is put back, this piece of rubber also
Whoa.
prevents the flow of electricity. However, if someone were to try and force the bottom of the drawer open, the circuit would connect, and that would ignite the gasoline contained in this thin plastic case, instantly setting the notebook on fire. The way I've got it
That's
set
so
up,
smart.
all the evidence would be completely destroyed.
Okay, that's what he was doing with the fire.
I've heard of humans finding death notes in the past. And
That's
typically
crazy.
The biggest problem they have is finding a good place to hide it. But you, Light, you're probably the first to have given it this much thought. Though it's a pretty risky setup from the look of it.
Risky? You say the strangest things sometimes, Ayuk. This whole thing has been a risk since the very beginning, from the moment
enough.
I obtained
That's
the
true.
death note. I'm sorry, but compared to that, this doesn't even qualify as a risk to me. In fact, it actually protects me. It all comes down to a choice. Would I prefer to be executed or deal with a little house fire?
That is fascinating. It's a good approach. I think it'll work. But how does L know it's in Japan?
I think it must be something to do with the writing in the Death Note being Japanese.
Yeah.
Right?
What if when he wrote down all the variations on his nickname to make sure that he died, he killed a bunch of Japanese people that weren't criminals that just had a very similar
But
name?
he would have had to have their face in their mind.
Oh, the face. You're right.
Yeah, so I don't think it could be that. Because the reason he
Oh,
was okay...
you got me. Dang. There's no way. It could also have been that he made most of the kills around Japan because that's the people he knew most.
This is unbelievable. Criminals are dropping like flies lately.
It's a little scary, but at the same time, it's kind of cool.
Yeah, just make sure you don't do anything bad.
I wouldn't be surprised if the police
Yeah.
were behind this.
People are probably going to be better
Police don't
now.
have that kind of power. Don't you know about him?
Huh? About who?
Kira. You know, Kira.
I wonder who's going to be killed next.
Yeah, I feel like saying like, oh, there's something in prison food that's causing heart attacks makes like way more sense.
Ryuk, you should check this out. Websites like this are popping up everywhere lately.
He did say he wants to be known.
Yeah.
Kira.
Sounds pretty cool. Is this about you?
Why did
Yeah,
Kira the
I think they've
savior?
taken the name Kira from the English word killer. Can't say I'm too
Oh.
happy about that, but it looks like that's the name they've decided to give me. When I
Oh.
search the word Kira, I'm pulling up tons of sites just like this one. Most are too afraid to support me as they're worried about what others will think. Many would rather deny my existence. But on the internet, where you can remain anonymous, support for Kira is growing. Maybe people are afraid to say it out loud, but they all understand what's happening. Those who have done no wrong are cheering for Kira in their hearts because they have nothing to fear, while those who have done wrong are on the run.
Yeah, it's got to be terrifying if you're a criminal.
Everything is going just like I planned.
Huh.
We'd like to apologize for the interruption. As of now, we're bringing you a live worldwide broadcast from Interpol's ICPO.
What, are we connected now? Oh, we have a feed. Okay.
We now take you live to the ICPO. I head up an international police task force which
LL?
includes all member nations. I am Lind L. Taylor, otherwise known as L.
Oh.
There we go.
Who is
What?
this guy?
So this is how it all begins.
Did he
There's our
just
timer.
I don't get
give
it.
his
He's like,
identity and
I think
face?
so. Maybe it's like he has like a...
Probably a stand-in.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
Also, maybe this putting the name on the thing is a bait for him to write a name. I bet you that's it. You know what I mean?
But the thing is, in order for that to be confirmed, that would have to actually be that person's name.
Just some sort of chess move.
Okay.
I think with L, I'm gonna think 4 steps ahead.
I don't get it. He's never actually shown his face before, right? Why would he choose to do it now?
Yeah.
Must mean L's serious about this.
Oh.
We followed every
Oh, the
single
music.
one of your orders. Now it's time for you to prove what you said to the ICPO.
It's a very famous piano.
I consider this crime to be the most atrocious act of murder in history. I will not rest until the person or persons responsible are brought to justice. Kira, I will hunt you down. I will find you.
He seems certain he'll catch you.
That fool.
Oh.
He'll never find me. I anticipated that the police would get involved and that something like this might happen.
He's like
Kira,
excited.
I've got a pretty good idea what your motivation might be, and I can guess what you hope to achieve. However, what you're doing right now is evil.
You think I'm evil? I am justice! I protect the innocent and those who fear evil! I'm the one who'll become the god of a new world that everyone desires! All those who would oppose that god, they are the ones who are truly evil! I guess you're just too stupid, L.
Yeah, he's baiting him.
This could have been a lot more interesting if you'd only been a bit smarter.
And this is somebody who didn't do anything wrong yet.
I'll show the world what happens when you cross me. The entire world is watching. L.
You're just gonna have him die on live?
Yeah.
That's what he was
5
trying
more
to.
Seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1.
What?
No, he's faking it? No.
Maybe. Or I don't think that's... No way.
What's wrong? You got nothing else to say?
Wait, that just confirmed how it works, though. 2L. I don't think that was the real L.
I had to test this just in case, but I never thought it would actually happen. Kira, it seems you can kill people without having to be there in person.
Oh my
I
god.
would have believed it if I hadn't just witnessed it.
That was genius.
Lynd L. Taylor, the man who you just saw die on television, I should tell you that he was an inmate whose execution was scheduled for today. That was not me.
What?
The police arrested him in absolute secrecy, so you wouldn't have heard about him on TV
Wow.
or through the internet. It appears that not even you have access to information about these types of criminals.
He got you there.
Oh my
I
god.
assure you, L is real. I do exist. Now, try to kill me.
Wow.
You bastard.
What's wrong?
What the hell is going
Come
on?
on, right
He's even
now.
taking this
Kill
too
me.
far. Are you trying to kill yourself, El? What's going on? Look, it's Kira versus El.
That was so genius.
This is free.
So it has to be somebody you can see and write the
There are some
name.
people you can't kill.
Mm-hmm.
You've given me a useful hint.
Let me return the favor. I'll tell you something that I think you'll find interesting. Although this was announced as a worldwide broadcast, the truth is,
It was only in
we are only
Japan.
broadcasting in the Kanto region of Japan. I had planned to broadcast this message around the world until we found you, but it looks like that won't be necessary. I now know where you are.
Oh my god.
He's pretty good.
The police treated your first killing as an unrelated incident, but in actuality, the first of your victims was a suspect in Shinjuku. Of all the criminals
How?
who recently died
So it's gotta be
in
right there.
This one's crime was by far the least serious. Furthermore, his crime was only ever reported inside Japan.
I use that information to deduce this much.
You are in Japan, and your first victim was little
Oh.
more than an experiment, which means that you haven't been killing for very long.
Wow. He knows everything. How?
Deduction.
It won't be too long now before I am able to sentence you to death.
Al has certainly lived up to his reputation.
Uh-huh. He proved that Kira exists.
So that L
and
believes in the
were
death
murderous
penalty.
And that he is here in Japan.
Interesting.
Very
Naturally,
interesting.
I'm very interested to know how you're able to commit these murders without being present. But I don't mind waiting a little bit longer.
You can answer all of my questions when I catch you.
Let's meet again soon, Kira.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay,
Holy shit.
Hold on, that's the end. That's
Okay.
gotta be the end. We'll talk about it right after, but I just don't want to interrupt.
Really? He's going to sentence me to death? Sounds interesting. I accept your challenge.
Oh God.
Each of them has to hunt down the other without knowing the other's name or face. And the first one whose identity is revealed will die.
Wow.
Humans are so much fun.
Kira. I will hunt you down wherever you're hiding, and I will eliminate you. I am justice.
Wow.
Shinigami can tell what a person's name is by just looking at their face. If a Shinigami drops his death note and a human picks it up, he can grant that human the eyes of a Shinigami. But only if a deal is made.
That
was
crazy.
awesome. Okay, I loved that.
Wait, that premise?
So cool.
What are your first thoughts?
This is so much fun. The fact that L said publicly that he considers what Light is doing to be like the most evil, more evil than what the people who committed the crimes that he's killing them for were in the first place, which is really interesting for a couple reasons. One, if you think that killing people is like completely unacceptable, but your solution is to impose the death penalty, make it make sense.
Yeah.
It's not justice for Light to go kill these people who are already sentenced to death, but it is justice for L to go kill Light for killing other people who have been sentenced to death.
There's gonna be so much to delve into.
There's
oh
a
my
whole
God.
lot of like
overlapping
ethical backflips
so I
going
think
on
this
here.
is our villain / antagonist.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing is, the more that they look for each other, the more they're exposing themselves to the other one.
Exactly.
So it's like magnets where they're
true.
trying from afar, but the closer they get, the more they're gonna get, and then there's gonna be a confrontation has just happened. But we have a lot to delve into there. But before we do that, please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe down below, and check out the Patreon linked in the description below to see episodes early, including these episodes, which are all posted in their extended uncut forms. We have a lot to discuss. Before we do that, where are we headed?
All right, let's review.
Thank you for watching. For now, we're going to go to questions given to us by our amazing Patreon members. If you want to ask us questions after every episode of Death Note that we watch, join the link in the description below and start asking. For now, let's go to question 1. Question 1. Adam Brown asks, what are your thoughts on L?
I mean, brilliant, obviously. The kind of foresight and I guess just general knowledge of the way that, or not knowledge, but a really good guess about how Light was going to act and how well that played out. And additionally, the follow-up plan had this first plan not worked. Brilliant. Like, so smart. I do think it is really interesting that someone who is that passionate about justice and finding criminals is not working with a group that does that professionally.
The way he deduced that
was pretty incredible.
Like, the level of foresight.
The level of foresight, and I don't know, I feel like foresight in terms of like one path is one thing, but having the foresight to think out like 15 potential paths, and not just that, but the 3 potential paths off of that one path, and then so on and so on. Like that, just managing all of those and figuring out what your best options are. I mean, it's just...
I mean, he hit the nail on the head with what he needed to do. Like the
100%.
way he just lured him into doing that, like, it's a fascinating thing. Oh my God, the way that he only had it broadcast in that one region because of the first kill
But
is...
said it was a worldwide broadcast, so that it wasn't like we're broadcasting this just in the area you are.
He really put the birdcage right on the city, like immediately. I thought it would take a little more time than that, but he already had a hunch that it was Japan because of that information, and just insane. But I can't wait to see more of that, as well as I wanted to comment, I get why he doesn't go with other detective organizations, because he's kind of like a Sherlock Holmes, where like it seems like he's the guy they come to, like he doesn't need employment.
I feel like someone like Sherlock or like L could do so much more objective benefit for the world as like a consultant within a department, and like send other people out and delegate. They're obviously not the kind of people who are very good at that, and that's why they make the decision to do that. But it is a really interesting balance to me that like you care so much about justice that you'll, dedicate your entire life to it, but not enough to work with other people who care about justice.
See, that's fascinating. I think by working with other people, he exposes himself to being stopped and taken down, and that's why he's so secretive, is he couldn't work with other people, otherwise he'd be discovered and killed because of how good he is.
I feel like he's smart enough to figure out a way around that, to be honest.
I think he's doing it right now. He's working with people, but he's
right,
still
so why wasn't he doing
anonymous.
that from the beginning?
Because it didn't call for it, I don't think.
All right.
L plus ratio. Anyway, let's go to question 2. Very excited to see more of L.
All right, Titan asks, Light claims he wants to create a world where the innocent are protected and evil are punished, but didn't even hesitate to kill someone who disagreed with what he was doing and called it evil. In your opinion, what does this say about Light? Also, what are your first impressions of L?
The idea of him killing somebody who just disagreed with his opinion, and the way he justified it by being like, anybody who isn't in line with my vision is therefore trying to stop it and therefore needs to be killed. Like, he was writing before he even finished the thought. Like, that level of self-delusion to just do what you want to do, like that, it feels like with some characters you see the pit of how deep they're willing to go, and then if they go beyond that, you're like, whoa, that was a big character moment. I feel like we haven't seen Light's bottom of his pit whatsoever. Like, I feel like there hasn't been a stressful environment where he's chosen good rather than bad. I feel like he's just whenever he gets the opportunity, he's just gonna choose self-preservation, It's a
really concerning and kind of like self-enforcing cycle of if you think you are like the chosen one and the savior and undeniably good and like the one who is gonna save everyone, then anyone who disagrees with you is evil. Like if you believe that everything you stand for is unequivocally, undeniably good, and anyone trying to stop you from doing that is undeniably evil, basically anything you do can be like mentally reworked into being a good thing, which is really concerning, especially 2 episodes in.
Yeah, truly. It's a slippery slope, and he grabbed a sled. And
like if you think you are God, anyone who disagrees with you is evil.
Yeah, that's it. That's gonna be a problem. Not good. All right, let's go to our final question. All right, final question. Curtis Mitchell asks, who are you putting your money on, Light or L?
I'm gonna have to say L.
Really?
Just because Light so overestimated himself, especially just in that one showdown, he was so overconfident and just like, oh, he's so stupid. Oh, he's putting himself on camera. Oh, he's broadcasting it to the world. This is so dumb. And just because he thinks he's so much smarter than everyone, the idea that people could be like close to him or figuring him out is just not a possibility. And that's a massive weak spot.
Yeah, it's a weak spot, but here's the thing. I think the very nature of how quickly it bit him will make him 100 times more cautious the next time.
Interesting. That's a good point.
I think that he just nothing had gone wrong yet. And now that something has, I think that look at the end, the smile that he got was, oh, I know who's coming at me. Like, I think Elle only had one opportunity to get him that wide open. I think that is why Elle made such an effort in this first instance to really nail him. And it's because I think now...
This was the first time he was going to be going in with like 0
I think it was the first and only time. And he knew he had to make it count. Otherwise, if he missed, he would never find the thing again.
No, this was like a sucker punch situation.
Exactly. So now he's got the zone, but now Light has unlimited power through the Death Note, and anonymity.
That is true, but the more he uses the Death Note, the more kind of like common like threads they can find, like each additional, like, when they're like tracking like serial killers or just serial crimes in general, where the more of those crimes are committed, the easier it is for them to be like, oh, this same like shoe print is at all of these things, and it like wouldn't have been clear at one.
Can I tell you something interesting?
Sure.
He can change the way they're dying.
And that's what I'm saying. And the thing is, he could also theoretically like deliberately pick people who don't have anything to do with him in order to kind of like throw that off.
You think he would do that with his sense of morality?
If his justification is, I need to do this so that Elle doesn't catch me and kill me so I can continue purifying the world, I absolutely see that.
He could maybe convince himself. I could see that potentially happening.
Right?
Yeah, no, I could definitely see that. I think that's about it for this episode. Are we excited for episode 3 of Death Note?
Can't wait.
All right, let's get it.
Let's go.